Hello, everybody. Hello, Annie Bear. How are you?
Hi, I am well, sweetheart. I am well. So good to see you.
So good to see you and be seen. And I want to welcome everybody here.
Yay.
My name is Terry, and my channel is Holding Your Space. And this is my dear friend Annie Bear,
Hi.
standing in light. And we're here today, and we don't know what we're talking about, but we were just having a discussion
We're
back
just having a great chat.
that we were gonna like. It was gonna be a hot minute before we got on if we finished that one. So
I know.
anyway, thanks for reining
Kelly.
me in. So, Callie Healer, Kelly, hello,
Yay.
sister. How are you? Deb, Tree
Barbara.
Shifting Bells, hello, beautiful.
Hi.
Barbara, how are you? Jax, hey, girl. And we are girding our
Hey.
loins and we're here. I love
Love
that.
it.
Oh, it's so
Love
good to
it.
see
Love it.
everybody
Love
coming
it.
in. So,
Oh,
um, and thanks everybody for being here. Hey,
thank you.
Paul.
Hi.
Yeah, I am feeling better. This is the first time I've been on since then. I'm still my
Ah,
chest is yeah, it really got it, man. That
dang.
cold is nothing to, kid around with, so thanks for all the prayers, everybody, and, I'm on the mend,
Yeah.
but I'm
Good.
still taking it easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, um, so we were talking about all this stuff that we wanted to talk to you about, and
Yeah.
the first thing that came to me was really,
Yeah.
right? These are the best
They
conversations,
are.
the ones not
We have the
knowing where they're
best.
going. What the heck is going
Yeah.
on there? So, you want to get straight into the deep woo woo, or we're going to go around
Let's
the corner?
let's I will follow your lead, dear.
Okay, we're going to go straight in deep
I'm
together.
in the canoe with you. Let's go.
Okay, we're going down the waterfall.
Okay.
Um, so, so we were really talking about a lot of different things, but mainly what we're both feeling right now, and probably if we're feeling it, you guys are
Yeah.
feeling it because we're
Yeah.
such a group vibe,
Yeah.
is different timelines merging.
Well, I said earthquakes. I feel a lot. There's so many on offer. Like it feels like this sometimes. Like
Yeah,
in a room with five people, you can feel the almost earthquake energy of okay,
yeah,
now which energies do I want to feed? I'm going to feed fear, love over fear. But it does feel like we're sitting in almost an earthquake energy.
yeah,
And maybe as we acknowledge that, then we don't need to manifest the physicality of that if we recognize that some timelines are falling away.
oh,
you
yeah.
know some are stitching together, some are not.
Well, and that's really important because there's so much energy going on, and there's so many different ways that this can manifest, and I think it does really, really important is the frequency that we keep.
Yes, that resonation. I've been the word resonate
Oh,
has
huge.
just been coming in like there a number like 12 frequencies can resonate.
Mhm.
We can ebb and flow, and the water can move. We can move like water, and that's resonating.
Yeah,
But we can also choose, like when we choose love over fear, that means in resonation that a certain amount of frequencies are allowed in our presence, that we will feed and shed our light and share our light and stand in our light in, and others we will not. No matter how many times they put it on offer.
here, have this little girl.
Yeah, look here, get freaked out, get frightened here.
Yeah,
But I'm not feeding that fear. Thank you, but no, thank you.
I love that. Hey,
Hey, Richie.
Richie, how are you, honey? Hi, Barbara B, Sarah.
Yes, Deb.
Um,
We're in
and
the eye of the storm.
yeah, we're in the eye of the storm for sure. So they're showing me these slices of timelines,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
that
Okay.
were kind of, and like you said, an earthquake is a really good way to put it because I do feel like it's shaking things up. And I feel like it can really shake up our resonance or our frequency quite easily
Yeah. Yeah.
if we're not centered, like if we're not going into that witnessing and curiosity about it.
Yeah.
Then we were also talking about leaning in.
Yes. We were. I've been was sharing with Terry that I go into my third eye and I ask, "Is this part of my path? Whatever's on offer, is this part of my path?" And sometimes it is, and I'm outside my comfort zone because we keep being called to be outside our comfort zone. And so sometimes I know I'm like, okay, okay, I'm going to go ahead and go forward out here outside my comfort zone. But if it's part of my path, then I'm just going to lean into that and trust it. What's the worst that can happen? I'll look foolish. Big, hairy deal. I've done that a million times.
Hello. I was just thinking the same thing about me. I wasn't going to say it about you. I was like, how do I say this nicely? But yeah,
Yeah.
been there, done that. No
Yeah.
problem. Yeah. And you know, it's funny. I was at yoga class this morning and, and a good friend of mine was teaching it and she's very advanced. She owns the studio anyway, but
Whoa.
she started out nice and slow, kind of like rolling
Yeah.
on the river, Tina Turner.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
when you start out nice and slow, and then she goes, and then we're going to take it hard, really hard. And it
Yeah.
did, it got really hard, but I could really, because you guys know, I didn't do much yoga for about a year. And and now I can lean into it. And I was like, dang girl, look at you. But
Yeah.
and not to toot my own horn, but sometimes when we lean into something, like the muscle memory comes back and not that it's pain, but the stretch of it feels good. Like I can stretch this far, I can go this far into witnessing or to giving space for people because I know this feeling and I've used it before, like either in another lifetime or in this lifetime. And and I fully believe that most of us that are here have done this before. That we've done it on other planets, that we've done it on this planet. So so big time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's part of how we recognize each other.
Right?
You
And I
know,
think that
because
yeah.
like you were the first channel I found on YouTube, and I felt safe and at home
Oh,
immediately. So I knew I'd known you, of
yeah.
course. Same with Teresa Ford. Holy cow, yeah. And
Oh
Kelly
my God.
Kelly Healer, absolutely.
Yeah.
Many of us have
But she
known each other before. So
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
when we find each other, it's like, oh wow, things are gonna get interesting. Because every time we find each other, things get interesting. But I
Yeah.
think my commitment to Creator is what sees me through, and my commitment to Mother Earth, because she's the star of this show. She's ascending, and I'm going with her. And she's the storyteller, and I am part of that story. And I'm honored and love her beyond measure. And she feels the same way about all of us. But it's hard to speak of her without crying because I love her so much. And I don't want to disappoint. It's like I want to come and do everything that I said I was going to do. I really want to fulfill my potential, whatever that is. If it's, moving rocks and picking peaches, or inspiring other people, or making meditations, or whatever the heck it is, let's do it.
Yeah.
I really want to make sure that I'm
Mm.
doing that. And I know that I'm going in the right direction. Like when I stop drinking and I feel the ancestors around me with nothing but love, just whoosh of love. And I think we're getting validations, excuse me, each time that we head in the right direction. We get those validations that let us know we're with you. Keep going. You're doing it. Just stand in your light. Go ahead. Just be your resonance. I know it's changing. I know it feels like you're on the high seas. And in a way you are, but there's others coming and they're going to need your example. They're not
So
going to
many
know.
people.
They're going to need you to just hold that space like you've shown us how to do, Teri.
Well, you know, and it's interesting that a lot of people are really becoming awakened and being called to this right now. And a lot of you out here have been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
And these people that all of a sudden awaken, it's disconcerting.
Yeah.
And it is like an earthquake, right? It's like a sensual earthquake, and that all of our senses, and then the subtle senses coming online, of your clairs, of your remembering, of your knowing, you know, holding frequency. And so that can be very disconcerting.
Yeah.
So having a
Acceptance and non-judgment, we can show them.
Yeah.
We can share that we went through the experiences of letting go of things that once triggered us, that
Yeah.
we were able to make space. Holding space for ourselves is where it starts.
100%.
Yeah,
Not judgment
surrendering.
of ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, there's as much healing as it is surrendering, I think. Don't you? Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. That's the first person that we have to hold space for,
Yeah.
and to love ourselves just the way we are right now. Like, sometimes I get ahead of myself if I'm doing a workshop or whatever, and I'll notice that I want it so bad to be just right for everybody
Yeah.
that I second guess myself, and I push instead of being in the flow. And like Teresa said, that Nancy Jean says that we're
Yeah.
all lashing our boats
I
together.
love that too.
And,
And what
and
Sarah said about us not being asleep but just quiet, and that us like now being called upon to stop being quiet as of like 3 years ago for me, 5 or 6 years ago for Teri, if not longer, came the call to like, well, guess what? You're done being quiet. If you really want to be of service like you say you do, then you need to come out and speak whatever is in your heart. And that takes bravery. Bravery has a lot of different colors, and so does letting go. For me, it was alcohol. Maybe for somebody, it's donuts. I don't know. It doesn't matter. That's between you and Creator. But
maybe
whatever you let go of, you make space. More space for your Dharma, I guess would be a good word for that, wouldn't it?
it'd be an excellent word for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so. What we're called to do, what
Yeah.
we're here for. So really,
Teresa. I love what M. Wells has said too about the monks walk for peace.
oh my God,
Someone was in my chat the other day that actually saw them.
get out.
Yeah. Woo, 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 woo.
Wow,
Isn't
that's
that
amazing.
beautiful?
Yeah, that is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Um,
What an honor.
yeah, there was a group of monks that used to come here every year. I wonder. Oh, it doesn't matter. But anyway, it just they would come and they would go to this church not very far away, and it's also is a Montessori school for young ones. And one of my
Oh, yeah.
girlfriends is a teacher there, and they do a beautiful mandala that they get together and make, and it would take them hours, and they would pray over it, and so I think it was like a 36-hour thing that they were up and praying, and then everybody would come in and see it, and then they'd wipe it off and they'd take off and go to the next place.
Oh, the Southwestern tribes do that as well.
Do they really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. That was like, you're kind of blowing my mind because I thought only Southwest tribe did that. I didn't know that they did that as well.
Oh yeah.
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 Using corn and yeah. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. I'm shocked. Well, I'm not shocked because so many of the indigenous things, the Vedic things,
The world
are-
over, indigenous people the world over, I was talking about this the other day because I've talked with many Hawaiian, Celtic, and many of our ceremonies are not only almost identical, they're also done about the same time of year in the same seasons. It's incredible, the indigenous energy the world over. And like my husband and his people are indigenous to Norway. Everyone's indigenous to in one place or another. So
yeah.
no one's left out. We all have so much more in common than we do differences, and we're all part of the same soul group. And we agreed, even though we're very different sometimes, we all agreed to be here together at the same time because we're crazy and we're brave and we're beautiful and we're wonderful, and I don't know what's wrong with us, but we keep showing up to do this, to wake places up and say, okay, I will hold the frequency, I will hold the resonance, I will change and ebb and flow, and I'll do whatever's required.
Yeah.
So we just got to hold hands, so to speak, and just like, okay, we're doing it. We're doing
The ants
it.
are marching one by one, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, if you want to know about holding space, talk to Teri, If you
Oh,
want to know, bring astrology to life, talk to Diana. If you want to know what the angels think of all this, talk to Kelly. It's us, I don't know, treasuring and loving and appreciating our differences, such as they are. All of us beginning to lean into our gift. You know,
yeah.
I
And
think right now, I'm sorry.
oh, I was just going to say, I think that part of that leaning in is when we feel something that's disruptive
Hmm.
and the energy is to lean into it and really think like, well, what part of me feels this, and have I
Yeah,
felt it before?
yeah,
Is it, why am I feeling um, that this is disrupting my peace, or this is disrupting the energy on the planet?
yeah,
And kind of, once we go into curiosity, we go out of fear, number one.
yeah,
I think that's a huge one, because fear is very unsettling to your physical form, but also for your auric field, and then it's just that much harder to get centered. And with all the energy going on, and it's not so much about the chaos that other people are creating, though that's definitely a part of it, but it's about us witnessing all these different timelines and things that could happen, and things that are happening, like in another dimension, maybe,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And so we're going into all that. So the more centered that we can be, and just lean into our center, our witnessing,
yes,
our curiosity, it changes the entire vibration of it, and changes the vibration of the
it
planet.
does. One of the things that makes me feel very brave and ferocious is that I remember that there are beings who eat fear for food.
Mm,
There are beings who do that, and I will not feed them.
yeah,
And that makes me a warrior. And I don't go boasting around about that, but I do when I remember that there are some who will stir all kinds of crap up just to because it nourishes them. I'm
yeah,
like, no, we're not feeding you. We have outgrown this. We are in this beautiful earth school. These are our final examinations. And we're being asked once again, are you sure that you're going to choose love over fear? Well, what if it looks like these 12 different ways? Are you sure now? And we keep saying, yes, we're sure. Yes, we're sure. And it's kind of remarkable how our life plans, I think, feather together. And how it might seem like a small thing, but when we share it, it helps us as a whole, you know.
yeah,
Like this morning in meditation, Kelly Bach shared an app that she uses called Five Calls. It's free. It can help you take action without losing your groundedness. Without, you can still stay on your center, be centered, and do this. But it gives you an action to do. And so I thank you, Kelly Bach, because I went and got it and downloaded it, and boom, man, I was able to address 5 different issues just like that. So when we can take action and stay in our love, in our high heart, and feel those confirmations of, there might be a feather that falls or chills or all those things that we've both described in so many ways, but we keep getting more and more confirmation, that yes, 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 you're doing good, now keep going. But I don't know what it's going to look like. I know, that's why it's important that you keep going. I remember years ago I heard this story. It wasn't my story, but someone said, think of your higher self as this. They're your team. They're in your ear. They're saying, hey, you're out in the wilderness, you're on a mountain, you're going down a river, you're in your canoe, you're like, la, 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 life is beautiful, everything is beautiful. And your team says, hey, pick up your canoe and walk 300 feet over that way. Okay. So you get up and you go do it. And then you look over and there was like these rapids, a waterfall. So, and you're like, oh man, I'm so glad I listened to my team. It's sort of like that right now.
right, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
it really
There's
is.
there's a lot of energy coming at us, and kind of
Yeah,
keeping our compass and aligned. So
yeah,
finding our due north. Hey Garnet, how you doing?
Hey, Garnet, Cali Healer
Yeah,
of the Nations. Hello.
I
Oh, I
love
love
that.
that.
Right?
Yeah.
So there is so much energy coming into us right now, and you were talking about some of the stones that you've gotten recently, Annie.
Yes. I
Yeah.
was showing them in morning meditation green kyanite. Green kyanite is a cleanser. It's also connected with your high heart. It cleanses and restores and charges the stones around it. This is astrophyllite, and it keeps you grounded while reaching for higher dimensions. So I am relying on these two together to help me to pull in the higher energies of my higher self, because we're never separated. Like the higher self that I say now is in me and with me 10 years ago was like miles away from me. It's that effortless. You know? So the higher selves go spiraling all the way home to creator until you're in creator's heart. So there's no end to them. But so I'm using these to help me lean into that energy while I ground it through my high art into earth, because that is the whole point of being here.
Interesting. So, and I also feel like it's quite interesting that we look at Creator and what they did, right? Create us, create this situation, create worlds, universes, multiverses.
Yeah.
And that came from zero dimension. It had to have, right? Because zero dimension is infinite possibilities. It's the
Goddess.
beginning.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that's the same thing that I feel the core of the earth
Yeah.
is zero dimension and infinite possibilities. And here we are at 3D. Probably most of you are going in and out of 3D to I don't know, 5D, 8D, 9D. You know, when we're in meditations, when we're sleeping, we're going to 12 or 15. I think there's infinite potential with the dimensions as well. I just think that we get really linear, or I get really linear thinking about that, the different numbers, the different dimensions. But it all starts with that zero, and that zero is inside us, and that's part of that high heart.
Yeah.
And like you said, our divinity, our higher selves that are connected to not just inner earth and the divine feminine, but also, um, goddess, God, creator.
All that is.
Yeah,
Yeah. Source.
the beginning.
Moldavite. Okay, Wells. I wrote down Moldavite. I
Oh,
haven't had Moldavite for
right.
some time. Do you have Moldavite?
I do. I
Yay.
don't know where it is, but it's right around me.
Oh,
Right
and
around.
Debbie just got zebra marble. I have zebra calcite. That was one of the first stones I
Oh,
got about 3 years ago. It's wonderful.
wow.
It is wonderful. And I was telling my husband, he sees all these shipments coming in because I keep ordering rocks, and he's like, "Oh, more rocks, more rocks." I'm like, "Yeah, look at my beautiful rocks I got today," and he's really sweet, and he holds them, and I have him hold the energy because he
Oh,
pretends like he doesn't remember anything. I'm like, "You know this stuff. I know you know this stuff." I
right.
said, "So these are minerals that have been on the earth for a lot longer than I have. And who am I to say they don't have wisdom and carry a frequency that I need at this time, even if it's only to help me focus? If it
Yeah.
serves as a point of focus for me to bring in higher energies and ground them, so be it. And they're beautiful."
Right?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
make you feel good and they're beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's huge.
Very grounding. I think now we need, like, I moved to create or try to create a playlist of meditations, following your example, to create calm. I think people need calm. We need to just be in the moment, no matter what's going on, no matter how much it's storming outside. Just stay calm, stay in your high heart, know that you're here on purpose. Sometimes the storm isn't, we're witnessing it, like Teri says. We're here to witness. We don't have to react to everything, because that pulls us down into a lower vibration than we were just a minute ago. Because we move in and out of these dimensions like water, like the way a rainbow
Yeah.
falls upon all the surfaces beneath it and goes through it, whether it's a leaf, a rock, water, or dirt. So kind of like that. So I get what you're saying, Teri, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. Richie asks, do the stones hold the energy or simplify the energy?
Or amplify.
Oh,
Oh,
is it amplify? I can't read it.
yeah. Yeah. I suppose, well, I asked these two if they would please work together. I express my intentions out loud. And I say, I would like you, like just this morning, literally, I would like you two to work together so that I stay out of fear, so that I can bring in higher energies and ground them into Mother, because that's why I'm here. So if there are ripples out from that action that help me stay calm or help others stay calm, if I can accomplish that, then yes. Now, was that originally part of the intention? No, not necessarily. It's when we are going with the flow, those automatically happen. That's how we know it's working. Because it sets off a reaction.
So
Yeah.
we were talking about subtle senses earlier, like
Yeah.
clairs.
Yeah.
What part of you connects with the stones, the energy of the stones?
My high heart gets warm when I'm near a stone that I need to work with. I feel it here. I think that's guides and angels have noticed. Oh, she pays attention when we do this. So they do that a lot. So I'm like, okay, I understand that. And then I'll switch hands so that I can balance the male and female, because I am male and female in this walk. My body responds to those energies. And then I think, okay, there's elements within my body that are also held within these. That could be my spiritual blueprint for all I know. Maybe that's why my body responds, because it's in the very elements that I am made of, the very earth dust and stardust that I'm made of. That, like a calling card of home kind of thing.
Your program?
Yeah. Yeah, like to Creator. And
Yeah.
it's like when I swirled down in those spirals all the way down into form, and I brought all those gifts and wonderments with me because they're family.
I love that. The program of the soul.
So that could be why I respond.
Yeah. So when I was in Sedona, I think it was last time, I had visions of this.
Oh.
And it was a rolling program that was going through. And it was turquoise and shell and coral and red rock. And but it was all the bits and pieces of and each one was a different shape.
Okay.
And each one denoted not just a different gift, because, we talk about senses and we talk about our 5 physical senses, but like many beings on the planet or species have many more senses than that. And even scientists think that we probably have 200 senses. But then going into our subtle senses, we have many more than just our clairs or what we think are our clairs. We have remembering, we have knowing, we have manifesting, we have so many more subtle senses. And it's probably infinite potential, right? Because it keeps going. Am I getting too weird?
No, keep going.
Okay.
So, you don't
keep going. You're getting dazed over and everybody's
no, not at all.
She's gone.
No,
so,
I'm listening.
Okay. And then, but then I feel like whatever we're called to, we were talking backstage about how I can't get enough turquoise right now.
Yeah.
And it's really about speaking my truth and what I say to myself, in particular, but also it's about what's going on inside me. And like you were talking about, our connection to Creator, our connection to our high heart, and that we are all interconnected. And then as this starts moving through, I'm really tied to it. And that's that part of the earth too that I'm tied to, though. Like it's such an earth thing, I think, turquoise. And the stones that you're carrying, like you said, thousands of years old, these stones, millions of years old, probably. And being connected to them. And it's like, so it's interesting, you guys, Look at which crystals, look at which stones that you're really feel
Yeah.
into,
I
that really
cannot get
hit
enough
your heart.
kyanite.
Yeah,
I just cannot get enough kyanite. I got some black kyanite, blue kyanite, green kyanite.
yeah,
I have it's another green stone I'm expecting today. I am loving kyanite, and what kyanite does, it charges and cleanses. It stays clean of
yeah,
any other energies, and I think that's. And I am snacking. Holy cow, am I snacking? For the last 3 days, I'm snacking like it's my job, and so I've got dried fruit, different kinds of fresh fruit, dried fruit, granola, fat-free popcorn. I mean, you can snack and be healthy at the same time. But I've been a snacking maniac, and I think it's because we're transmuting. Some of it is nervous energy,
yeah,
probably, but some of it is we're transmuting more energy than I think we can even comprehend. Every time we go and ground ourselves and say, I'm praying for these people I don't know. I'm praying for this part of the earth. Every time we're doing that, we're transmuting, you know?
yeah.
Could rock.
I love this question, Isabel. Can rocks be a conscious incarnation? I believe it is a way to experience the divinity in stillness. Ooh.
Oh, like masters. Masters would do that, like when they're meditating.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
that makes sense.
because no, I agree. I think, yeah, Isabel, I love that because I
Yeah,
do feel like there are entities that are the rocks,
yeah, yeah.
and there's sentience in everything. It doesn't matter if it's a fingernail or a rock or even a little bit of sentience in AI, but that's another subject. Um, this is much different, but there's ancient knowledge, ancient wisdom in the rocks. And
Well,
who
they
knows?
hold a frequency of a dimension that we need to build upon.
Yeah.
The very foundations, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And what's interesting is many of them are made of stardust.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so and we are made of stardust. Like really our
yeah,
physical forms
yeah,
are quite a bit of stardust and water, lots of water, 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 water.
yeah.
So that's quite interesting too. Just like water has so much frequency right now, and that's another huge thing is blessing our food and blessing our water. And I remember growing up, and we always said a prayer before we have our meals, and that was just ingrained into us. And even if it was just saying grace, grace, and then so that was that. But but it's a huge thing to bless our food and bless our water and bless our stones and bless what we say, maybe even. I don't know.
Well, with this fire energy coming in, it's going to burn away. It ignites passions. It burns away what doesn't serve. And I think maybe that we might be feeling is just before the fire energy as it enters, all the things that are no longer needed are making themselves felt on all levels.
Yeah. Even Tyler.
Yep. Anything that is not needed is making itself known and making itself felt through all the dimensions. So I think we're feeling that on a lot of levels and in different spheres. In our personal life and our inner life always begins in our inner world and then our outer world and all the way to our societal world. So lately when I've been praying for like our children, always, daily, always,
Yeah,
for
always.
their mental health, their physical health, their emotional health, their spiritual health. And that one's always a bit tricky because in order for me to think I need to pray for their spiritual health, there's judgment in that. And I don't need to bring any judgment to that. Whatever is in their path is in their path. But I can wish them good journey. I can ask for an extra angel to help them accomplish their goals. The same way that our ancestors pray for us to accomplish ours.
Yeah,
But I've also added digital awareness. I've added financial awareness, that kind of health, good health for their financial awareness, for their digital awareness, for all of that, especially for young children, or those just waking up. So the prayers have gotten a little bit exponential. And I don't know, one could say that was worry warding, or one could say that's because my awareness has shifted. And as the judgment falls away, the awareness shifts, because the judgment kind of holds you back. And the more judgment you can heave out the window, the better, because those things that we used to judge, in fact, were lessons for that person, those people, that whatever it may be, that was a lesson they needed to go through. Whatever it looked like on the outside, it was a lesson. And even our viewing it as a lesson, because they could be having that lesson to teach us something, you know, so it really, as soon as we can heave judgment out, the better it is for everyone involved. Um, yeah.
So how do you do that?
I pray a lot. I ask a lot. I pray a lot when I'm walking. I sing. Lately, I sing a lot. I sing thank you, thank you, thank you songs. I love you songs. And I just say those words over in as many, like a bird, like a lot of trilling, a lot of like that. Because when I do that, the elementals protect energy, but the elementals balance energy. So if I'm connected to earth and connected to the elementals, they can help me balance my energy
Yeah.
and ground it, so that I can, okay, I'm bobbing on the sea. The conditions have changed a little bit. And I think we're all going through that. But if we keep in mind that the fire energy is coming, so what we don't need is making itself felt, just knowing that helps us accept it and go, oh, okay, I get it. I was getting kind of tired of that.
Yeah. And we were also talking about timelines, not just the timelines shifting and us going in and out of those frequencies, but also about the timelines of what's happening. I just lost this frame of focus here. Just a minute.
That's okay. I'm going to read what
Okay. Oh,
Jack
good.
said
Please do.
while you remember it. Jack said, which really caught my eye. She says, I watched this video about Saint Germain and the purple flame. They talked about having a purple stone in one hand, and Jen was speaking of being drawn to amethyst a bit ago, and
Mhm.
having a white in the other while meditating to transmute energy from negative to positive. I've been using my body as a transmuting tube, like I'm a hollow tube. I'm a hollow bone. I call myself a hollow bone, a hollow tube. I think we all can be a hollow, to let the energies, we can feel all the feelings without judging them. We can witness all the things we're witnessing without judging them, and allow that energy to pass through us. And as soon as we transmute it, because actually energy is neutral, it's how we hold it, what values we give it.
And I think they say one of the number one diseases or start of diseases is inflammation and the physical form. And that's often from not releasing, from holding things in, like either holding in pain, holding in fear, holding in judgment,
Okay.
especially self judgment, right?
I wonder about that, because I have a lot of achiness in my joints, and it just really hurts sometimes. I have a lot of achiness in my shoulders, hips, and knees. And I wondered if, like, what do I need to release? What do I need to let go of?
Yeah,
Please help me let go of it, because this is hurting me.
right.
I don't like it. It's
Yeah,
not comfortable, and I don't know what that is
yeah.
yet.
Oh. Richie says the source of the stone probably holds the consciousness, and what we hold would be a piece of that consciousness. Maybe like our body is the source, and our hair that we cut off is a piece of the source. Ooh, that's deep. Oh, Diana says she can testify to that pain. Yeah. Um, Interesting, Richie. Yeah. The and the hair. I'm glad that Richie mentioned the hair, because the hair they always show me is really important right now too. Just like not just in this lifetime, but in other lifetimes, that each hair is like a sensory thing. And even sometimes it's coils in lifetimes, and sometimes it's braids, sometimes it's it looks different, right, in different species. But they're all an antenna. It's like an
Yeah.
antenna frequency that we're going through with it. So yeah, it is sacred. Um, Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if I answered that or not.
I love talking to you because while we're having a physical discussion, I always feel like we're having a spiritual discussion on another level. And I think that's why so many people are drawn to you, because there is an activation just being around you. And I appreciate and love you so much because there's always so much going on in the higher realms when I'm with you. And I feel like a little kid trying to listen to what's being said in the dimensions above us, and I get little snippets. And it's always interesting. It's as if we come back to our own conversation, and I see it happens to you too, where we're like, okay, where were we?
Yeah, 100%. Right? Yeah, I just lose it. I'm like,
Because there's so
wow,
much
man,
going on. Yeah,
there
there's
is
so
so
much
much going
connections.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The other thing that I was witnessing when we were talking about the stones and everything is, and they showed me this vision of myself a long time ago. Um, you know, like getting everything together. I'm in inner Earth, and I'm talking to all these guides, and I'm talking to these different species, and they're all around me. And they're like, okay, it's time to go. It's time to go. Like to jump into a body and come into Earth, into a human
Yeah.
species. And I'm like, yeah, I got to take this and I got to take that, and I've got this golden box, and I just keep throwing stuff in there. And you're talking about how you're collecting all these stones, and I feel like maybe each stone that you have is another gift that you're given, like another
Holy cow. I've been
sensory
given a lot
experience.
of gifts lately.
But look at your growth.
Oh my
Look
goodness.
look at how much your awareness, and everybody here, you guys are so gifted. I
Oh,
mean, the awareness that everybody's just, and they're giving me a huge yes, 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 all of you guys. And so as everybody gets all these gifts, it's going to be, it doesn't have to be a thing. Sometimes it's a sensory thing, like it's something on our antenna on our hair, even if we don't have hair on our head.
yeah.
We still have these antennas that
Yeah.
reach out and grab something, get that frequency. So,
That's why it must be so important right now, I think, for us to honor our boundaries and shine our shields and hold our shields so that the frequencies that are allowed to come in are the ones we choose. That we
yeah,
choose. I choose a frequency of my heart or higher.
yeah,
I dream of these things for my family and loved ones, this or better.
yeah,
And Kelly's always good at reminding me, like, when those good things happen, say, yes, thank you. I would like more, please. To keep that going. And
huge.
yeah, it's a huge reminder. Yeah, that's how we share that resonance. That's how we keep growing that resonance as more enters.
Yeah, gratitude is the point of part of that point of the beginning. They're saying the gratitude, that grace.
Well, let me ask you this, because I'm sorry to interrupt you, because I like
No,
what
no,
you're saying. I wonder if you all are feeling this too when you talk to people. Um, like many of us were quiet for a really long time, and so now we're actually saying the things that we've been thinking about and seeing. Some of us for a super long time, but do you sometimes have conversations where you can tell when people are talking what the vibrations they're seeing and the pictures they have and things coming into their life are singular? That's how spirit's speaking to them, because that's like the channel they're tuned into, and there's no judgment in that whatsoever. Spirit
yeah,
is like on the other side, like Lily Tomlin in that old show. She's like ding 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 ding.
I
She's like,
love
no
that.
problem. She can do it all. Can do it all. And
Yeah,
get whatever your frequency is. It's okay. Spirit is not judging you. They will work with us wherever we are. And if we say, okay, I'm going to raise my frequency, they're like, not a problem.
ding, ding, ding. Just plug it into a different socket, right?
Well, I'm needing so much more time alone,
Yeah,
because being around others is really discombobulating to me. It takes me days to recover sometimes, because they're it's so different from where I'm at. That's why I love this community so much, because we can freely share what we're feeling, what we're bringing in, what we're picking up on, and it's okay to say. And I don't know why we're separated by miles. I think it must be because we have a big, a big area we're lifting up, that we're trying to affect. So
Yeah.
this community is a lifeline for shows like this where we can share this information and it finds a home with all of us. I mean,
Yeah.
that is a treasure.
And everybody here, that what
Yeah.
you guys bring to it is amazing.
Yeah.
So I just want to honor that word, discombobulation, because it's like a party in your mouth. Number one.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, anything that brings in joy and fun is
Discombobulated.
great.
Yeah.
But discombobulation is huge. I think to kind of feel like the balance, the dance that we're doing right now, if we're not centered and if we're going into fear, it's real easy to go into that discombobulation. I'm not saying anybody has to be passive. That's nothing about passive being passive,
Right.
but just being watchful.
Yeah.
Also, the other part of that dance, I feel like, and they're just brought into me is recalibration.
Yeah.
Recalibrating.
Integrating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're in this constant dance of discombobulation and recalibration. And it's like, it's that yin yang balance, right?
Yeah.
And it's constant right now. So it's,
Well, that's it. That yin yang balance. Because I remind myself, like, we're here to create big change, and of the dimension that we're working on, that's what it's about. That's
yeah,
why it is the way it is right now. You can't create big change without it.
yeah. And,
Yeah.
we
So
get so worried about the frequency of things too. Like, will there be social security? Will the banks fail? Will, our health or particularly our children's health and what our children will have, right? Regardless if we have children or not, we're worried about the future for people. So that's another dance. And that's like, that's a constant thing in motion. And a lot of it's not real, I believe. I believe a lot of it is just something in our mind's eye that we're watching because it's in the future and it's in the past. It's like, but we're right here.
well, it's
So,
that energy that I was speaking of earlier that likes to eat fear.
yes.
We have to just stop feeding it. And
Yeah.
say, oh, what about the no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. And they're doing a really good job at it. But what's interesting, it kind of reminds me of like Russia, right? Like they never listen to the polls. They never listen to the politicians. I feel like a lot of the Russians, they're just like, yeah, it's that's the idea that I've had about a lot of Russians for a long time is that, Putin's been in power for so long. He's controlling it. So they're really not paying any attention to him and to go about their day and to prosper in their hearts. I don't know where I'm headed with this, but I just feel like we're kind of just getting there where we're not, the media really got us ratcheted up. And it was like something that we looked at and we were enthralled by it, and rightly so, because there was a huge fear going on the planet with the pandemic, and right before that we had the political thing going on, and huge changes, and it's just been boom, 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 and now we're all kind of exhausted by it, and we're like, time to kind of come together again. And what's interesting about the pandemic is that the whole world got together and shut down.
Yeah, it made us a community. It made things really basic.
It
Like
did.
breathing, as basic as breathing.
Yeah, and now I feel like we're going to have another thing that the whole world is going to come together.
I think it's greed. Greed is dying, and greed is flailing around and demanding its attention and having its tantrums
because
it's not getting what it wants. People aren't interested in that anymore. And the epitome of that, we're seeing the epitome of that, and it's not working. Greed is dying.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic, because there needs to be equality where everyone is considered and seen as sacred.
Yeah. Kelly says Beatles come together is what she's hearing, the song. I love that. 100% Deb. April will be a turning point. March, April,
Yeah.
right in there. It's going to be a huge thing.
I think
So,
it's getting back to sovereignty of all peoples, of all nations,
yeah,
equality, the right to eat and breathe and express and have creativity, to have
yeah,
your spiritual relationship go through yourself. I cannot wait until religion is turned on its head. I cannot wait.
yeah,
And we will be, won't be poking fun at anything, but we will be holding space for those who wake up from that dream.
yeah. And
You
it's
know,
it's interesting what we're drawn to about that too, because I still love the sacraments. Like I like the bells, I like all the different things. And I think that's why
the ritual and ceremony that was stolen from the
beautiful
pagan lands that they
from the
invaded.
Vedas, right? A lot of that's
So,
Vedic.
yeah, there's a
Yeah,
reason you love those things, because they were done far before religions were invented.
yeah,
Those
the
things were
drumming.
done, yeah, to honor, to live with Earth rather than on her. You know,
Yeah,
it's a, yeah, and we are returning to those simpler things, like what's really, really important.
yeah,
It's the inside, the inner life. It's the ability to look at yourself in the mirror and go, I am a part of Creator and I am here on purpose. I am love walking around.
yeah. L. Crawley says, my father's in the beginning of dementia, keeps saying he is discombobulated, but deeper than that word, um, is his illness is putting our family in a state of discombobulation as his inside is outside. Yeah. We were talking about um, dementia before we came on, weren't we?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
we were.
were. I was
Yeah, we
talking
were.
about stepmom,
Yeah.
and my brother has it now too.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, El Crowley, and it's like he has early onset, and it's interesting how it affects people. And when it first started, everybody was so discombobulated, and now it has brought everybody together in such a tight knit group
Mhm.
that we're all like just in love, with life and in love with Michael and where he's at, my brother, and to see his wife and he together is a thing of joy, and their
Yeah.
kids,
What a
um,
lesson
and their
for the
and
whole
their
family.
friends. Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
around them is in on it,
Yeah.
and everybody's helping out, and it's El Crawley. I hope you have a similar
I
experience.
hope so too. I hope so too.
Yeah,
Les, if you don't mind, I'd like to add El Crowley to the list.
yeah, and her dad. Yeah.
And her
J
dad.
Cat Lady, Terry, I think I'm at the beginning of dementia because I cannot find words. It's like can feel like I'm looking at a library for certain words so that I can say them to people. It's frustrating. Oh, so J Crot Lady or J Cat Lady, this is entertainment only, but just be really kind to yourself with this because it's real easy to get scared when that happens. But awakenings, that's what an awakening looks like. Because words are just words, and that's the other thing is that our most of us, our first language is not words. Our first language is telepathy and knowing, and that's why so many times I lose my thought, and a lot of us do. Right? We'll be in the middle of something, we'll be like, we
Well,
just went a light years ahead, and we're not. We're no longer here. So yeah, the words are something.
that's why diet, I think, is so important. One of the things I was starting to say was I'm snacking like crazy, but I'm snacking to feed my gut,
Yeah,
keep my gut healthy,
that's
keep
huge.
that gut biome, keep that grounding, because your gut is your second brain. And so while we're bringing in these higher frequencies, we also need to take care of our bodies, because our bodies take care of us. And they are what we are grounding through. They are our vehicles while we're here in this school on Earth.
Yeah.
To show appreciation and to do our best, we need to take care of our bodies.
Yeah, and there's that your gut, your biome is huge right
Like
now.
getting a physical. I
Yeah,
just had one. Getting a physical, getting those baselines, because there are things sometimes that can be caught early. And this is for entertainment purposes only, but always talk to your doctors. Talk to the best science that we have on hand. And that, yes, that's going to change and morph as we do. But for the
Yeah.
time being, make sure that you're doing those things, because they also show spirit that you accept responsibility for yourself and your actions.
Yeah. Plus
Yeah.
you're, you know, there's so much information out there right now about the gut, and everybody's gut is different. Like you can have your
Right.
excrement analyzed. You can send it to the
Yes, I
lab.
watched a show about that. It completely blew my
I've
mind.
done that.
I got Ryan, Debbie.
Oh,
Um,
good. Yeah.
you had it done,
Yeah, I had it done.
and
And
you can change your whole system. Tell me about it. Tell me about, well,
it's
not exactly tell me about it. Tell me about what happened
it,
after you had it
it
done.
always gets down to the excrement to the bathroom, doesn't it?
Here we are in the
Our
bathroom once
conversation.
again.
Yeah, a good party is had. So, and it's funny because there used to be that saying, it's not a party till the popo gets called, but it's the poo poo. So it is kind of like, yeah, they analyze it and they see what type of bacteria that you have, and you have good bacteria and you have bad bacteria, and a lot of times, as time goes on and you reach a certain age, you've had even if you rarely have any insulin
Red
or
meat or
yeah, not just red meat, but if you've had antibiotics too, it gets
oh
rid of a lot
yes,
of
because
those
that can just
bacteria
oh yeah, you got to like start
because
over
you're
your whole
killing
gut
all the
life.
bacteria. Yeah, but
Exactly.
then you get all sorts of stuff in your
Yeah.
body. So
Yeah.
yeah, so everybody has a different thing that
So
hits
how
in
was
their
yours?
body. You know what? Some of my favorite things that I liked, like
Yeah.
sweet potatoes, were not good for my gut. Beets were not good for my gut. And I was doing like a daily juice with beets and celery and all this.
Yeah.
So it was interesting the
So
things
you
that,
found out that wasn't, oh darn.
but
But
it
did they,
changes every 6 months. So you
right.
have to keep doing it if you want to keep on it. I'm not still doing it,
Wow.
but I do watch what I eat.
Well, that's so interesting.
It's
That's really
interesting the things that aren't really good for your gut sometimes are the things that, like, I can't really eat a lot of raw food. It's better for me
okay.
to eat cooked salads, hot salads. I like wilted
Okay.
spinach with stuff in it.
I
And
just started making this wonderful quinoa salad where I put vegetables in and you mix it in
oh,
while it's hot. You
yes,
put in mustard and honey and raisins and cut up zucchini and stuff into warm
yeah,
quinoa, and it's really healthy. So I sneak in extra kale and all kinds of eat the rainbow is my motto. Eat the rainbow.
yeah.
But you
Do
can,
that,
yeah,
Brady. You can have that done. You can get your gut sampled and your gut sampled, but you can also go and look at what you're called to. And this is interesting because Cash Peters does this. So entertainment only again,
yeah,
but he does the muscle testing, and a
yes,
lot of people
yeah,
do the muscle testing. Annie
yeah,
Bond is a huge fan of the muscle testing. Many people are, and and he'll ask a food at the grocery store. Even he'll go, are you going to be healthy for me? And for me, that's a no if it breaks, but if it sticks
yeah.
together, that's a yes. And everybody does it differently. So, oh, and Judith studied a lot about nutrition, hours and hours. Too many oxalates affect you.
Yes.
Yeah.
My
My
husband's
mom,
on. I have to avoid oxalates for my husband.
what is an oxalate?
I don't know.
Okay.
But if he has too many, it forms crystals in his kidneys and it makes it so painful for him. So I have 5 pages of stuff I had to learn, like, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago, of all the foods I need to avoid. So whenever he travels, I get a hold of wherever he's going saying, okay, now he cannot have the following things because they will make him be in pain.
Is that like diverticulitis?
Yes, and because of I was told I had a mild version of that in 2020, so I make sure and eat fiber with every meal. I just
Yeah.
have a little fiber with every meal. It helps, keeps me very healthy and regular, and there's many delicious ways to add that to your diet. And my last physical, they were like amazed. I'm doing great.
I
So
well, you got me going on the
it
beans at
it
last, and
helps. It
yeah,
really
taking the
helps.
fiber. Yeah,
Yeah, it really, really helps the
yeah,
body, which helps us ground, which helps us do the job as light workers. and light bearers, light givers, light whatever we are. You know, it helps us accomplish our goals. So,
Yeah.
and I think Mother really appreciates that when we
It,
take care of the body we're given.
yeah. It does change our vibration, our
Yeah,
frequency.
yeah,
So,
it
yeah.
does.
Oh, yeah. Judith, you need bone broth.
Oh,
Yeah.
and there's no two
Bone
ways
broth
about
is
it.
huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know that. I love that. You know that.
Yeah. And Michael likes to fast. My son's fasting now too, and he's really
Oh,
liking it, Michael. Yeah.
I wonder if there'll ever be a science when we're in the learning phase after our next learning phase after this. I hope it's like, how do we put together the gut biome health for entertainment purposes only and the blood type diet and the other, and how do we incorporate that in the Mediterranean diet? When will we begin to learn about our foods as and how they align to where we live? Like the tribes, our Native American tribes, we were nomadic, so we moved where the food was. So we stayed within an area of the Pacific Northwest, and some of that then went into Canada because we didn't make those lines, but we followed the food in their seasons. And
Yeah.
I wonder in our next phase of learning, I think we might learn more about that. And our curiosity with stones and rocks and crystals might also incorporate the knowledge to help us understand the land that we live in.
Yeah. So many
And so,
people, right?
yeah,
Because so many people love a raw diet. And I know my body type does not do a raw diet well.
yeah,
I need cooked.
it
Yeah.
gives me tummy ache. Gives me a
Yeah.
tummy ache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, lots of love to everybody. Lots of love to you in particular, Miss Annie Bear. So
Thank you. Thank you so much. I always have such a wonderful time talking with you.
I
It's
do
there's so
too,
much going on up here. Holy cow.
right? I feel like I'm flying. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and everybody's talking about they can't have gluten, they can't do the raw, yeah,
Yeah.
and the eating windows that they have, and
There's so much to
we're
learn
all so
about this.
different. Yeah, but intention is a lot of it too, isn't it? And blessing your food. So many people, I remember my daughter, she was drinking this water when she was in Nepal and straight out of the faucet that,
Yeah,
you
no,
know, and
yeah.
no problem. It was just like her body was conditioned to it, and her intention was she was young and healthy, and bam,
Well, I've
no
started
worries.
like I programmed a crystal and I put it in with my medications. And I
Oh,
said anything that is not good for me will pass through freely and just be
yeah,
passed through the body and eliminated in the normal ways. So
wow.
anything that is not good for me will just pass through. Well, let's only take what is needed for my health. So yeah, I think we have another learning curve ahead.
Always.
Always. Well, thank you so much.
All
I
right, honey.
appreciate
So
this.
good to see you. And thank you, everybody that's here.
Thank you.
Lots of love to everybody. And if you can, come by for Meditation Tribe Monday through Friday. Annie has it Monday, Wednesday, Friday on her channel, Standing in Light. And I have it on my channel Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yay.
And today I'll be on with Medium Kim at 1:30.
Yay.
What are you doing today? Anything else?
I'm going to go for a nice long 3 mile walk.
Oh, girl, that
Yeah.
sounds like fun. That
Yeah.
sounds beautiful. Okay. Well, lots
Thank
of
you.
love, everybody. We'll see you later. Bye bye.